Contra Spirits or Super Contra 3 is a pirated Famicom port of Contra 3 Alien Wars known as Contra Spirits in Japan. It was created by E. Hao Wang in 1995 and released a year later in 1996. Much like the original, the pirate is split into 6 areas, and they do try and emulate the original, but the areas have all been mixed up. The second is actually the third is the fourth. Still with me? The fourth is the second, and just to be utterly confusing, the fifth level is almost identical to the second in the pirate, but they just slapped on a pink sky. I'm not 100% sure what they were going for gameplay wise, but you can rest assured that if it moves, it will try and kill you. The gameplay is actually okay if you choose to ignore the fact that you do a 180 and face backwards every time you jump for no apparent reason, or that you are only offered a limited amount of power-ups compared to the original. You see, the only power-ups that have been made available are the laser and the spread gun, and even these have been limited. The spread gun is only capable of shooting in 3 directions, and the laser is only doing 2 regular shots of damage. The smart bombs are available, however. You can select between 3 and 9 lives in the option screen, but I'd recommend the latter, because there are no continues, and from what I'm seeing from playing, there is no obvious option to gain extra lives while in the game. Because of the limited number of buttons, you can only have 1 gun instead of the original 2, but you can change direction while crouched, or unintentionally while jumping as I mentioned. There is also a frequent amount of screen flicker throughout, but that's common when porting a more powerful game to a less powerful system. The Chinglish used in this game is also worth a chuckle and worth mentioning. If you are fortunate enough to reach the end, you'll be greeted by a soldier grasping helicopter with the single word "tend" emblazoned on the screen. Time-saving, bad English and bad programming at its best. These type of pirate games are why I collect them. Even with its faults, it's a side-scrolling action game, and it's probably the closest I'll ever get to having Super Contra 3 and the Famicom. Level changes and sporadic 180 jumping aside, it is playable. If you haven't tried it, it's worth a go, and anyone with a Famicom multicart or clone system with several games built in, it's worth having a look. It's probably in there somewhere.